Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So it has been a couple weeks since I posted a video, and well, the first part of this video I'm going to give you guys a real quick, like maybe less than a 2-minute window of updating you guys on my prayer Bible. The rest of this video is going into a quote-unquote fasting video, kind of. I'll explain when I get to there. But the last video I did was an update on my prayer Bible, and I haven't posted a video about it since. Heck, I haven't posted any video since, and it has been a rough couple weeks. Yeah, it has been really rough. I got my car wrecked one day, and then less than 24 hours later after that, my car got broken into, my stuff stolen. We had our apartment change some new things, like change new agreements and whatnot, and we had to change up the apartment a lot. It has been drastically stressful, and I have been so exhausted lately. I've been sleeping more. I have been really neglecting my YouTube channel. I've been really neglecting my health, my relationship with God. I've been neglecting everything and everyone, and it's just simply been really difficult. Okay, so I am coming back to you guys with a video of what I'm going to be starting to do, and giving you guys a real quick rundown of the 3 different types of fasting that I found before I go into telling you the type of fasting that I am doing, which doesn't really fall into either one of these 3. So before I get into that, let me update you guys on my prayer Bible and show you guys what she looks like right now, so that when I do my video next week, hopefully she looks a whole lot different, or at least more fuller, I guess. You'll see what I'm saying. So this is what she looks like right this minute. Originally, when I first started doing her, I had these tabs were they're they're 2 tabs length, okay? But because they took up so much space, and I have tons of different themes and topics I want to put into this prayer Bible, I did not have enough room. So in order to make more room, I cut the tabs in half to make them a little more thinner, or narrow, sorry. That way I had more room to put tabs on the side here. So I can probably get like another 4 more here, and then I can probably put some more up top here. And that is what I'm hoping to be able to do. If for some reason my tabs or all my themes do not fit on the top here and the side here, then I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to make more room. But my first goal is just to kind of finish the side here and start working on the top. That is my goal for next week. But I also want to be adding some kind of ribbon in here, some kind of fancy, I don't know what they're called, the little tassels. I want her to be a little more creative and a little more fun and aesthetically cute. I want this to be a fun Bible. I want her to be just more than just tabs on the side. So I have a lot of plans of what I want to do for her. I have to go through the themes and topics I have and really ask myself, do I need all of these themes? Are there any that I can get rid of, or that are just not necessary, or they don't fit into my life, or something I really, really need to pray about? And then assess from there. And then start just continuously adding tabs and going on to the top part here, and well, go from there. So that is my prayer Bible. I will do an update on her again next week, and you guys can see where she is at that point. So that is my prayer Bible. So going into today's video, I have been sitting on this topic for a long while, and even still, this video is not going to go the direction I originally had planned, but I also wasn't really planning on, well, the fasting that I'm going to be starting tomorrow. I had no idea I was going to be doing this, okay? I originally, when I started looking at fasting, I thought I was going to fall into one of these three categories, one of these three different fastings. And then after looking at how my life has been going the last couple of weeks, and how much trouble and difficulty and how down and everything my life has been, I found out that this fasting, the one I'm going to be doing, is what is going to be most beneficial to me, I think. Or at least I'm hoping will be most beneficial to me. But these three fastings here, they don't really seem to fit into what I'm wanting to do. So, while this video is not what I originally planned on doing when I thought about covering this topic, I still want to include the three different types of fasting, so that if anyone else does watch these, that you might be able to think about, hey, could I possibly do that type of fasting? Is this something I want to try doing? And you guys have those options. Now, I do want to tell you guys, fasting has been something that I've been praying about for a while. It has been something I've been thinking about a while, and it is something that I really think every Christian should be doing. The whole point to fasting is denying your flesh of a certain something, and in that time that you are denying that, you're denying your flesh of that item or certain thing, you are growing closer to God. You're spending time with Him. You're spending time in prayer, reading your Bible, and trying to deepen that connection, that relationship you have with God. That's the whole point to fasting, is we are spending time in prayer and talking to Him more, and just pushing ourselves to be closer to Him, getting out of the worldly things and denying our flesh. That's the whole point to fasting. I mean, if you don't pray, if you don't read your Bible, if you don't do any of this kind of thing, trying to deepen your connection to God, then fasting is going to be kind of pointless. So each of these fasting is meant to help you with going that direction, praying closer to God, reading your Bible, that kind of sort of thing. So keep that in mind. If you're going to fast, you have to be trying to do something to get you closer to God. Otherwise, like I said, you're denying yourself a certain thing. For what purpose? So the very first one we have is a partial fast. Now, this is something good for a new Christian, someone who hasn't been a Christian for very long, or you have health concerns that you can't abstain from food or drink. Okay, so examples of partial fasting is abstaining from certain types of food or drinks, such as meat, wine, alcohol, caffeine, sugar, video games, YouTube, Netflix, okay, or something else that is hard to give up. So, like I said, this is a type of fast that is good for someone who's a new beginner, a new Christian, a new to fasting in general. And like I said, if you have health concerns, this is also something good for you too. It even states, as I said, YouTube, Netflix, video games. This is also something you can abstain from non-food and drink stuff. So like I said, if you have health concerns and you can't give up food or drink or anything, then you can do the worldly stuff. YouTube, secular music, Minecraft if you're addicted to it. Okay, just saying. Then the next one you have is a complete fast, which a complete fast is staying away from all food and drink except water for 24, 48 hours, or 72 plus hours. Now this one is a little more difficult, and from what I was told, a complete fast is something someone recommended for someone who is a little more in depth, who is a little more, someone who's a little further in their walk with Christ. So not really someone who's new to fasting, not something that's really new to Christianity or general, but someone who is a little further ahead with their path, on their path with God and everything. It's not saying that you can't try doing it. I'm just saying it is something that is a little more recommended for someone who's a little more experienced. Then you have the Daniel fast. Okay. Now, I have not read anything about Daniel except for I've heard 1 or 2 stories about him. But this is his fast. The Daniel fast is a partial fast. And the only things you can eat are vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans and legumes, nuts and seeds, herbs and spices, and water. You can do 10 days, or you can even do the 21 days that Daniel did in the Bible. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this one. I haven't done a whole lot of details into this one. But you do have your protein, you do have water, you do have some kind of food. But you are abstaining from, like I said, you're abstaining from the junk food, you're abstaining from the carbs, you're abstaining from meats, but you do have veggies, fruits, whole grains, you have protein with the beans and legumes. So it's not a full fast, but it is a form of, it is a form of a partial fast. So those are the 3 fastings that I've done my research on. And when I originally first started looking into doing or going into fasting, I had thought that I was going to fall into one of these. Originally, I thought I was going to fall into the partial fast. And I guess in a sense I am falling into the partial fast because I'm not giving up food or drink. But I don't think what I'm doing either is a complete partial fast either. I don't actually know what kind of fast my fast is. So let me go tell you guys what my fast is doing. Okay, like I said, the last couple of weeks have been really difficult. I have been having such a hard time staying on top of my Bible plans. I've not pulled out my real Bible in weeks. I've been neglecting my prayer Bible. I have been neglecting my Bible readings. My Bible readings, I am usually playing catch up. I have been just really slacking and just not really praying to God. I have not been really listening to sermons or doing my YouTube videos here. I have not been keeping in touch with my relationship with God. Simply put, I have been putting the world before Him, and I think that's partially the reason why I've been feeling so horrible, and I've been things have just been piling up and just feeling to make me feel like complete and total crap. And on top of it, like I said, I've been having difficulties with my truck. She got into an accident. She got her window broken into and robbed. And I have not been really putting my faith or my trust or relying on God for anything. I just been kind of, in other words, lukewarm. At this point, I've just been kind of sitting where I'm at, not going forward, but I'm not really going backwards either. So I've just been kind of sitting, and that is not good. So I started thinking about it, and because I've been putting the world before Him, I have been really called and compelled to start this type of fast that I'm going to be doing as of tomorrow. And that is what I'm considering detox the world fast. And basically what I mean by that is anything that is not Christian is what I'm giving up for the next week. So starting this Saturday to next Saturday, nothing. I'm not reading, watching, listening to anything that is not Christian. So any non-Christian movies, out the window. Secular music, out the window. Non-Christian TV shows, also out the window. non-Christian books or audiobooks or anything, or non-Christian videos on YouTube, or what else is not Christian? Anything like that. Anything that's not Christian is going out the window for right now, for the next week, and I am be doing anything and everything that's Christian based. So that includes my story as well. So I have one Christian story that I'm writing, and I have one non-Christian story that I'm writing. And the non-Christian story is going to be sitting on hold for the next week. So my goal is, I have found a ton. Oh my! I spent this morning looking on YouTube and Tubi and Prime for Christian movies and Christian TV shows. I have found, oh my goodness, a ton of different videos and movies that I can be watching instead of non-Christian stuff. I have been spending all this morning trying to prepare for my fast starting tomorrow. Originally, I was going to start yesterday. Okay, I was. And, well, that kind of failed. And then I woke up this morning early, and I was like, well, what if I just start tomorrow, Saturday, and I spend today getting everything ready for it. And then I started looking at what could I do to get myself ready for tomorrow. And that's when I started getting into everything. I started going through my YouTube channel. I started going through my Prime channel, my Tubi. I've been going through my Watch Later playlist on this channel, and just removing anything that is not Christian or that is not Christian based in the aspect that I can't use it for this channel, kind of thing. There's a couple videos on here that I kept, like vlog videos, that I do want to watch during this week that are not necessarily Christian based, but I want to take notes on them, like certain techniques or something like that I can use into my future videos. Like, just I don't know how to explain it. They're not really talking. They're not really Christian based, but they're not really not Christian based. But they are just like right with me kind of thing. Or there's this one video where she's talking about different exercises that she can do, or routines. It's like routine videos, a bedtime routine video, that kind of sort of thing. So it's not necessarily not Christian, but it's not necessarily is Christian. It's kind of like a neutral kind of ground part area. I do have a couple of videos of those that I still have on my watch later list, but I'm not going to be removing them. I'm just not going to be watching them this entire week. Only Christian stuff. So throughout this week, like I said, Christian movies only, Christian music only. I am going to be temporarily locking myself out of my other YouTube account. Like, I am going to be changing the password. Well, technically, the person who's changing the password is my old man, and only he will have access to that password for right now until the end of next week. So I can't get into it, even if I wanted to. I am going to be well, there's nothing I really can do about my story. I just gotta really not touch the other story. It's not like I can delete it or hide it or anything like that, but I got the movies done, I got the YouTube done, I've got my idea of what I'm going to be doing. My goal is to get several YouTube videos recorded by the end of next week as well. So I want to get back into making my Bible study videos, starting with Genesis 37 next week. Like I said, I pulled out my big Bible for the first time in weeks. I carry her around with me everywhere I go. She's in my purse. I just haven't pulled her out in a while. And I looked at her today, and I have Genesis 37 up to 41 done, of notes and everything. So I want to record those videos, or at least I want to record 37 and 38 recorded. So I have 37 done for next week, and I have 38 done for the week after that. And I want to continue going into my Bible studies. I want to get my prayer Bible a little more complete. Like, this is what she's been sitting at for a while now, and that is not... No. I want to actually start being able to use her as well, and I haven't used her. I've done the tabs, but I haven't used her. So, there are a lot of things I want to hope to accomplish throughout this entire fasting prayer Bible week. Or, not, why did I say prayer Bible week? The whole fasting week, okay? It goes on for a week long, so it starts tomorrow, technically at midnight, and it'll go until next Saturday, 11:59. And I'm really hoping I can get everything I want, get done in this. And the goal is everything is going to be focused on God. I'm going to be focusing solely on Him, not reading anything that is not Christian. I'm not going to be writing anything that's not Christian. I'm going to be trying to stay on top of my Bible plans. I'm going to be focusing more on my prayer Bible. I'm going to be focusing on my my journaling and do my YouTube videos and Bible studying. There are sermons I want to listen to when I'm at work. There are a lot of Christian topic videos I want to get through. There's a lot I want to get through for this week. And if I'm successful with this fast for a whole entire week, then I might actually make this a monthly thing. Every month I choose 1 week that I do a whole worldly detox. Now, if this sounds like something you guys want to do, then feel free to do this with me, okay? But I really felt like this was something I needed to do, and I just need to fight my flesh and deny myself of everything that's worldly and just focus solely on God and ignore and just work on our relationship, mine and His, because lately it's been really lacking. It has been going downhill. I mean, not really downhill. It's just been I just not been pursuing it. I've not been putting much effort into it. I've been kind of, pardon my language, half-assing it. Okay, I've been neglecting Him, and it's been kind of showing. Maybe not necessarily. Maybe not necessarily in how I talk or how anything, but if you actually spend any length of time with me for days on end, you guys will just see that I've not been focused on God. I haven't been reading my Bible, and it is time to make that change. I need to really push the world out, and I need to be pushing God back in, and I need to be focused on Him and just really pushing a relationship with Him, because that's what we're supposed to be doing here. So I gave you guys a lot of information. I gave you guys a couple of things I'm planning on doing for next week, and I will keep you guys updated. I will be doing a couple shorts, hopefully throughout the week, that will give you guys updates on what I'm doing, how's it going, maybe even some shorts on how I'm doing my prayer Bible, and I'll come back with you guys with a whole video for next week on everything that I've done this week, this whole entire prayer journal. I don't know why I keep saying prayer journal. My whole fasting week. You guys know what I'm talking about. I hope so. I'm tired. I got up early, and I still have a lot I gotta get done before the day's over. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, go ahead and leave a comment below. If you guys want to see more Bible study videos, more Christian talk videos, if you guys want to see how I did on this fasting week, then hit the subscribe button, the bell button to get notifications for when I post a video, and come back next Friday for Bible study in Genesis 37. And then, of course, I will have another Bible study video the week after that of going into Genesis 38. And, of course, like I said, I'll be posting as many shorts as I can this week and giving you guys updates. So, I will see you guys next week. You guys have an amazing Sunday and a weekend. And, yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys. What a wonderful